Well, you might remember back in 2022, we launched our Sleep Tight, Wake Bright campaign, encouraging people to donate beds to the millions of people living in furniture poverty.
4 years on, the situation unfortunately remains unchanged. The National Centre for Social Research estimates around 10% of adults are unable to afford essentials like ovens, fridges, washing machines, for instance.
Some charities say demand for the help is now higher than ever, but there are people working to change that, and you can get involved too. At her warehouse in East London, interior designer Emily is busy planning a home transformation for her next client.
I think that works really nicely together.
Emily transforms homes across London, but her work is tailored to help a particular client, domestic abuse survivors experiencing furniture poverty.
Furniture poverty is missing at least one essential furniture item, such as a sofa, a bed, or a fridge, and it's something experienced by more than 6 million people in the UK. 97% of social housing is let out unfurnished, so it doesn't come with any movable furniture and possibly no plumbed-in items like a washing machine or a cooker, or any floor coverings. And it means for those fleeing domestic abuse, who are often housed in this type of accommodation, may have 4 walls and a roof, but nothing within them. Sophia and her child found themselves in this situation. We've protected her identity for her safety.
Can you tell me a bit about the circumstances you found yourself in that meant that you needed to find a new home?
I had been experiencing domestic violence from my partner for a number of years. He had come to my property and broken my windows. So I moved into the shelter and I was living there for about 10 months.
Eventually, Sophia was offered a property by her local council.
So you walk into the property for the first time. What did it look like?
My heart literally sank. You could tell that the property had been neglected. There was some wallpaper, but it was stained, it was dirty. There's no flooring, there's no paint on the walls, and there's no furniture. And I just thought to myself, how on earth am I going to turn this around?
What's in the kitchen?
Nothing. No washing machine, no fridge, no cooker, nothing, just a sink.
What was the impact of that like both on you and your daughter at the time?
So for me, it was a really dark time, knowing that I wasn't able to provide her with that stability.
After seeking support through her GP, Sophia was referred to Emily's charity, Furnishing Futures. With a background in both social work and interior design, Emily now combines her experience to help create homes for some of the 1.6 million women who experience domestic abuse each year, along with some of the 1 million children reported to live in furniture poverty.
How important is a home?
A home is really fundamental. If we don't have all our needs met at home, then we can't really function in the rest of our lives. And I think there's a misconception that once you've been rehoused and you've got a roof over your head, that you are safe. But these empty properties don't feel safe. The properties don't have any curtains at the windows, so anybody can see in, especially at night. And the dirt from cold, hard concrete, dusty floors, or nails and tacks sticking out of bare floorboards is obviously a risk of injuries for children.
As an ex-social worker, you'll have seen firsthand the impact it has on people who don't have that comfortable home to go back to.
Well, I've seen lots of mothers and children having to just sleep on a blanket on the floor.
How can that derail people, even if they get one of these homes, but there's nothing in them?
Women tell us that they feel a huge sense of guilt at having brought their children to these properties, and often there is a sense that it might be better for them to go back to an unsafe situation for them in order to be able to provide the basics for their children.
Emily works with companies within the interior design industry to give a new purpose to their leftover products, props, and showroom pieces.
Talk us through the process. How does it all work?
We'd immediately send beds out first and get the white goods delivered. Then we get the decorating and the painting done, then the flooring goes down. In the meantime, the team are here picking out all of the furnishings that the family need and putting their design together.
To minimise disruption, Emily and her team complete furnishing the property in just one day. They transform an average of 3 homes a week in London.
What kind of reactions do you get?
It really means a lot to families. It really makes you realise how important home is and how tied up it is with our sense of safety and our sense of belonging and worth.
For Sophia, the difference was huge.
It has completely turned our lives around. I now have secure employment, which means that I'm able to provide for my daughter. So she is able now to have friends over, to come home and sit at a desk and do her homework, to sleep in a bed. Overall, it's had a huge impact on both of us.
There are many others who are living without the basics. Campaigners estimate more than 8 million essential items are missing from British homes, particularly in rented properties. Claire Donovan is the company director of the campaign group End Furniture Poverty.
What are the essential items when we're talking about furniture poverty?
It's the items we use every day. It's our sofa, our chest of drawers. If you look around the kitchen, your cooker, your washing machine, the table and chairs, and then things like floor coverings and window coverings to give your home warmth and comfort and privacy.
What have you seen in terms of for people who don't have these things in their home?
There's something called a poverty premium. It's actually more expensive in many ways to live without these essential items than to live with them. Not being able to store and prepare meals, so having to rely on takeaways, more expensive to heat your home, having to use the laundrette. You know, furniture poverty is also a key reason for people turning to loan sharks and doorstep lenders to replace something like a broken appliance.
How do people get help?
Sometimes housing associations might have something called a hardship fund. You can get help with furniture and appliances through Discretionary Assistance Fund in Wales and the Scottish Welfare Fund in Scotland. After that, it's looking at furniture reuse charities.
22 million pieces of furniture thrown into landfill every year in the UK. Someone might be sitting there right now thinking, oh, I've got this chest of drawers that we don't use anymore, but it's in great condition. What can they do with it? How can people help this situation?
I'm also a trustee of the Reuse Network, which is a membership body for furniture reuse charities across the UK. So if you pop on their website, you can put in your postcode and it will show you which furniture reuse charities are in your area who might be able to take your unwanted items.
Another option, if you want to donate or receive items, is to check with your local council to see if their collection services can help people in need.
A bed to sleep in, a hob to cook on, a wardrobe to hang your clothes. Might be similar things many of us take for granted. But for those without, the impact can be devastating. As I've seen today, furnishing a home and making it livable has the potential to transform far more than just the decor.
There is a lot of good work being done, and there was one particular element of this with Emily and the charity where they go above and beyond to involve the people moving into these new homes in terms of the design, what they want, you know, that empowerment of starting a new home, which I found absolutely incredible.
Well, I think the little sign said it all, didn't it? We create healing homes.
Yeah.
And anybody who's had a forced house move for whatever reason will be able to empathise with the challenges that can throw up. Details of organisations offering support for victims of domestic abuse are available at bbc.co.uk/actionline.
In response to this film, the local government association, LGA, said the new Crisis and Resilience Fund enables councils to help with heating, food, travel and housing costs, and they also signpost to advanced services.
Councils take a needs-based approach to individual circumstances, and they work with specialists to help support victims of domestic violence who are setting up a new home.
It said the new social housing bill enables the eviction of perpetrators, not victims, of domestic abuse from social housing, but ongoing funding pressures continue to affect the support available.
We know that this is a big issue that affects so many of you, so many of your families and your friends and your communities, so we will keep coming back to it. If you want to share your story, email us. It's morninglive@bbc.co.uk.
Or you can send us a WhatsApp, 0800 032 1100. That's 0800 032 1100, or scan the QR code. Remember, it's for messages and pictures only. Please don't call it. And those are the details if you want to get in touch about anything you see on today's show.